how enzymes work. Hello, I'm Hunter, and we're going to be learning today about how enzymes work. Okay? Okay. So, laugh all you want. These are molecules. And as you all know, molecules want to get together and they want to have a reaction, right? But they can't. Well, that's of course not with a lot of energy. I mean, like a lot, a huge amount of energy. Let's say that they have a huge amount of energy, right? Then the molecules will, like shimmy over, they'll dance, and then some molecules will latch onto others. Smaller molecules will latch onto larger molecules. Molecules with the same charges will be differentiated, and molecules with different charges will latch onto each other. Maybe some bonds will be broken. And voila, you have your product, right? Okay. But this is possibly. All that electricity does is just makes the molecules bounce around faster so that they have a higher probability than just moving around slowly. So that I have a higher probability just whack into each other and cause a reaction. Now, without a high amount of energy, it's almost never happens because the molecules are just going to be moving around like turtles. And so there's a very low probability of them knocking into each other. You're going to hear the word probability a lot in this video. That's how most chemical and biological chemistry stuff works, just the probabilities. Now, there's another thing that causes a high probability of these molecules to knock into each other. And why we're focusing on this is because if you don't have a molecules knocking into each other, a reaction occurring, you may die. Lots of reactions keep us alive. So anyway, onto the thing that has a very high probability. Anyway, this is not just a Chuck Norris face. This is an enzyme, as in what we were supposed to be talking about the whole time. And as you can see, this is like a wedge or a platform where molecules will go. Molecules are drawn to this platform probably because of magnetic charges. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, so molecules will go here, and this will make the space a lot smaller, so the molecules will have a lot less space to bounce around in. So there's a much, much, much higher probability of them whacking into each other and having the reaction. So the molecules will whack, and there will be a reaction, and maybe some molecules switch around, some molecules link onto larger molecules, some molecules with opposite charges link together, and you have some bonds breaking, and voila, you have your products, right? Correct. So anyway, and so they'll then quit being drawn to this platform, and they'll go back and they'll float up, and the enzyme will retreat and move on to some more molecules to change. If you couldn't tell, that was Imperial March backwards. Ha ha ha, I'm so funny. Anyway, and then we have our product. And this is very, very, very high possibility. Very high. It's very probable that this will occur. And so enzymes will make it also go quicker. Because it'll always occur at some point in time. But with energy and with enzymes, it'll make it go a lot quicker. So, recap. We know we have two things that we need to have a speedy, quick reaction. We know we need energy. which normally occurs in heat. So, like having a high body temperature, that's good, except for when the body temperature is too high, because then the enzymes will break down, and so will the bonds in the molecules. So then you won't have anything occurring at all. You'll just have a bunch of soup, and that's not good at all. Which is why we need to maintain homeostasis or a maintainable body temperature. Which is why if you get too hot, you're gonna die. And then we need another thing, Chuck Norris over here, or enzymes. But what if we had both? Then we have extremely high probability of success, and it would happen extremely fast, which is what most organisms in the human body has. So, there's one other thing though. It'll this happens in a lot of different ways, and it'll ensure stuff like the bombs in your blood. It'll keep your blood safe. It'll help ensure against disease, etc., etc., etc. The human body is much more complex than it seems. Until next time, I'd like to thank Kurzagat in a nutshell for helping me learn about this a little bit, and I'd like to thank Mr. Adams from my biology for teaching me about this as well and pushing me to make this video. Bye.